I'm PV Rao. I'm a former professor and head of the Department of Endocrinology at Nizam Institute of Medical Sciences. Right now, I'm heading a diabetes research center in Hyderabad. I'll speak to you about prevention of diabetes. Prevention of diabetes is a difficult situation. People always think about prevention. It is a must that we should all think about it, but it is usually not very feasible. But prevention of diabetes may be dependent on very few issues. So right now we do not really know what are the actual causes for diabetes in Indian population. We may have diabetes in people with obesity, that is for sure, but 30% of the people with obesity may develop diabetes. So one important prevention issues which we can advise to the population is that you should prevent your obesity. Obesity is measured by BMI, that is body mass index. Body mass index is calculated as weight in kilos divided by height in meters squared. So that should be around 19 to 25. Suppose somebody is having a body mass index more than 23, they are overweight, and you should be more careful about your body weight, and you have to reduce your body weight to bring it down to the BMI levels of 23. Suppose if you have a body mass index of 23, you have less chances of developing diabetes. If you have body mass index more than 25, then you have more chances of developing diabetes. This is one of the major preventive aspects of diabetes which we are all advocating for several years. So obesity has to be reduced. How do we reduce obesity is your own idea. Some people reduce obesity or prevent obesity by reducing their fat in the diets. So low fat diets are usually the common practice for losing weight or preventing obesity all over the world. But there are also several diet experiments that are going on, like low carb diets. That means people who take less carbohydrates, less sugars, they think that they can lose weight. So it may be possible in certain situations. There are some people take high fat diets, like ketogenic diets. So it's for a short period you may be able to lose weight or prevent gaining weight by taking high fat diets, but usually that is not the practice in most of the countries, most of the populations. You take low fat diet and try to reduce weight. There are also certain diets like high protein diets, otherwise called Atkins diet. Suppose you take only red meat, don't take your carbs and don't take your fats, you become lean. So that's what they think. So there are so many diet experiments going on in the world, but usually the most accepted diet experiment is low fat diet. So you have to cut down on your fat, and mostly fat gives about 9 calories per gram. So you have to cut down on your fat. While cooking, you have to take less fat cooking. And then there are so many other food materials which may give you invisible fats. So such kind of food materials should be avoided. And people take a lot of fast foods nowadays. So it's easier to take these foods just by buying them or ordering on a courier service, and then you can take a lot of fast foods in the morning, in the lunch time, in the dinner time. Most of these fast foods have more fats than what we prepare at home. So the fast foods have more fat for different reasons, for making it more tastier or making it last longer. Also you have to add more fat. So more fat is also from people who are taking more fast foods. So suppose if you take low fat diets, you may be able to reduce your weight, or you can definitely be able to prevent gaining weight. So weight is the major concern for diabetes. So you have to see that your weight is always maintained in that particular BMI level of 19 to 25. The second important preventive aspect is physical activity. We are not 100% sure that your physical activity is going to make you diabetes free, but that is one of the healthier indications for maintaining a good healthy lifestyle. Not only for diabetes, but physical activity may help you in reducing your heart burden, so your heart disease burden is reduced. So there are so many other benefits of doing physical activity. So physical activity need not be a harsh training in a gym or a very hard work or like running or jogging. A physical activity is just 20 minutes of walk every day, 5 days a week, that is enough. So physical activity can also improve your chances of not getting diabetes, or if you are already diabetic, your diabetic levels are better controlled if you are also getting involved with the more physical active professions. So that's so except for this prevention of diabetes by diet or exercise, we do not have much evidence to talk about other issues, but there are also so many other problems like pollution. It may or may not be possible to avoid pollution, but pollution is also one of the major risk factors for diabetes. So if you can avoid certain pollution in water, in air, and in whatever you are eating, so you may be able to prevent diabetes. But basically right now all the prevention measures are focused on reducing the body weight or preventing the body weight by any known or any measures. Some of the measures are not very good, but any measure you take in diet and activity to reduce your body weight is going to help you in not getting diabetes in near future.